Hello everyone, welcome to chapter 159 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. I've got my 125 in the shop here and I'm going to do some maintenance on it. So if you want to see what I'm going to be up to, all you need to do is stay tuned. Well, it's a smoky day outside today, and yeah, although I do have other things to do, I want to start doing some maintenance on my little 125 here so that when I do get an opportunity to ride it, I don't have to fix it first. And the problem I'm having with it now is it only runs when I keep the choke on. So that means I need to go into the carb. I suspect the pilot jet or the low speed jet probably has debris in it, is maybe plugged and needs to be serviced. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the carb out and disassemble it, clean everything and put it back together, and hopefully it'll run properly after that. Because I don't have a lot of time to work on this thing. But yeah, this has become my favorite motorcycle over the last 3 or 4 years. It's so much fun to ride. It's light. It's got a Lynx suspension, which my KTM doesn't have, which I wish it had. It's just easy to ride, and I find as I'm getting into my senior years, it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, the wheels more or less stay on the ground now. Those days are maybe kind of over, but it's been a fun bike to have. It's a 1991 CR125. It's old, but it's in great shape. I don't ride it very much. There's some summers I never rode it at all over the last 30 years. Yeah, this was actually a bike that my son went from a CR80 to this. And when he bought his 2001 Honda CR250, which we still have, we decided to trade my 80 or to sell my 86 instead, and then I just inherited this one. First, I wasn't terribly happy with it, but this has become a wonderful bike. So in my mind. So anyway, we're going to do a little bit of maintenance on it today, and hopefully after that, we've got a runner. Okay, well, I've got you in nice and close. You may not see me too much, just my hands, but first thing I need to do is disconnect the fuel line, and I've got the fuel shutoff off. So I think this one's still good if I remember correctly. And that was pretty easy. Yeah. I should really empty the tank for winter. I don't think I did. I tried to empty the carburetor, but it would be better to empty the tank and the carburetor. Now there's just 2 Phillips head clamps here. Gonna make it pretty loose. There we go. And this bike is so easy to work on compared to my KTM. That's another reason I like it, simplicity. Oh, and did I mention it's a 2-stroke? That is my style of bike. I am a 2-stroke person. I drive a 4-stroke, my KTM, because I have to. Now we'll just try to wiggle everything a little bit, try to get everything loose here. Oh, that's tight. Yeah, when I watch other people do this on YouTube, they make it look so easy. Yeah. And if I could get that front end around, there we go. There's a clutch cable there that's kind of in the way. There we go. let's get this out. This, by the way, is a Keen carb. I don't know if that means a lot to anybody. Oh, come on, this should come out. Okay, that came off. We'll put that back on later. There's another one on the other side that may be holding it a little bit. And there we go. Okay, now we're just going to take the slide out. Oh, that's tight. This is pretty straightforward here. Take that out and gently rest it. You don't want to change the needle height or anything like that. And there we go. One carb out of the bike. Well, carb's off the bike and on the bench. So I'm just going to clean the outside of the carb a little bit. And I'm going to try something different, this kleen-flo carb cleaner. Of course, I picked this up at my favorite store. And I'm just going to spray the outside of the carb down and clean that off first, and then we're going to disassemble it and clean it. Okay, so we'll just keep spraying it. When I was a kid and I had to clean a carb, I just used gas. I use gas for everything, unfortunately. I know that's not safe, but okay. Well, I'm going to keep spraying it for a while till I get some accumulation in the bottom. And then I've got some nylon brushes that I'm going to use to clean this, but I don't know if I'm going to necessarily show you that because it's about as fun as watching this. So, okay, I'm going to come back when the outside of the carb is clean. And the outside of the carburetor is clean or clean enough. Now the first thing to do is we're going to take the float bowl off. These screws can often be a real problem. And you want to try to stay as organized as you possibly can. Should really have ordered new screws for this. This one's really bad here. I might have to, the screwdriver won't take it, but I think it's loose enough that I can do it by hand. Okay, let's just do that. Well, here we're just going to, can I get that off? Can't seem to. Okay, hang on. I would like this off, but it's not coming, and now I just broke it. Okay, well, we'll cut that off, and we'll just shorten it 3/8 of an inch. That's all. Not a big deal. Okay, we'll do that later. Okay, and this last screw here, okay, where did the other screw go? And the clip is there. Okay, this one. This one just seems to screw out yet. It's so buttered up that the screwdriver won't grab it. I might have to modify that a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Oh man, there's crap in there. Look at that. This is going to take a little longer to clean than I thought. Yeah, I should have been draining fuel out of this thing. Yeah, this is bad. This is my fault. Okay, well that part we're going to fill with this carb cleaner and let it sit for a while. One of those, what are they, ultrasonic parts cleaners would be nice, but I don't need one because I don't do this very often. Well, if that's the case, that carb is that gunked up, then I maybe have a little bigger issues than I thought I had. I like these welding tips for working with carbs because there's often little pieces, little pins that need to be pushed out. Okay, there's the needle and seat. Floats. Oops. Okay, well it looks good. Put that there. Floats appear to be good. They look nice. Nice looking floats. Okay, then, oh yeah, that thing's super gummed up. Okay, I'm going to take the main out. I should never do this with a plier, but it's what I have here. And I don't want to force anything. I'd like to take this plastic piece off, but it's kind of stuck on. There we go. Got it. Main we'll throw in there. Okay, I don't necessarily know what part is what here, so you'll have to excuse me, but I have to sneak away and get another tool. I'll be right back. And we're back. There we go. Ooh, that's plugged. Ooh, this carb's in pretty bad shape. I didn't realize that I had let that deteriorate like that. So I think what we're going to do, oh, I should take the choke off yet too. Yeah, let's get that. Get that soaking. Okay, and we'll have to clean the body yet. Okay, well, watching me clean things, not all that interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up and I'll bring you back when I'm going to reassemble it, okay? Well, there's that float bowl. It's a lot cleaner. I'm not perfectly happy with it yet. That carb cleaner, I guess it sort of works. Oops, sorry about that. I'm sorry, I still like gasoline. I think one of those ultrasonic parts cleaners would work really good. But I took everything apart, cleaned out took the jets out. That pilot jet was plugged solid. I like to use these welding tip cleaners. I don't know if that's a good thing to do or not, for getting into the jets and cleaning out the little holes in the carb. I like to get in there. I learned on my KTM that just blowing jets out isn't enough. I needed to poke something through them. So anyway, I'm going to put the float bowl back on here. I don't know if you necessarily need to see that. I don't think so. But yeah, this turned out okay, I guess. I'm wondering though if I'll be done with this when I put it back on, because there was so much stuff in there that I cleaned the best I could. But I think when I put fuel in it again, it's going to loosen some more stuff. So I may have to repeat this after I ride it a couple times. Hopefully I get to ride it a couple times. Okay, we'll get it back on the bike. Well, it's all back together. Got it in. The hardest part was getting the boots on the carb, and finally I smartened up a little bit and realized that once I got the front boot in, if I just loosened the subframe bolts and took those out and lifted the back end, lifted the subframe a little bit, I got enough room to put everything in, and it all worked out well. So I haven't turned the gas on yet. I'm not sure if everything's running or not. In fact, maybe we should do that now. Don't seem to be any leaks. Well, then you know what it is. We got to start it up and see if it runs. So I'm gonna put a helmet on and my gloves, and we're gonna kick it over and get it running. And I'll do that outside. Well, okay, I have to admit, I tried to do things a little bit in advance in this video to make sure that things worked when I was videoing them, because it takes so much time if it doesn't work and then you fix it and then you produce a boring segment that appeals to no one. So I have to admit, I did start it. It started on the third kick. It had the choke on, and once I could take the choke off and rev it up a little bit, it seemed to run really nice, even with old fuel in it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my helmet on, and I'm going to take it for a little bit of a spin just around here. So we're going to do that right away. And it runs wonderfully. So yeah, with that taken care of, I can maybe start driving this thing a little bit. Apparently our community has a rule that if you're using your ATV, you can drive it on the streets as long as it's just kind of to get it out of town. So my former students assured me that applied to dirt bikes too, but I'm going to check with the town. I don't want to do anything illegal. I just blasted up and down the road here just a little bit to test it, but this is too loud to run in the neighborhood. You just make people angry, and that's not what I'm about. So yeah, we'll check to see what the status is, and I'll keep driving it. I think the next thing I'm going to do is, I noticed that the sprockets aren't that good, and the chain's probably the reason it's not good. So we're going to probably change that next. Going to price that out. And yeah, this was fun. It didn't take long. It's fairly easy to work on these things. As long as you take your time, you make sure you're focused on one thing, and methodically organize your parts so you know where they are and you don't lose them. Taking pictures helps too, so if you forget like I do, you know how to put things back together. But yeah, this has helped. It runs fairly cleanly, like you can hear it. And it was kind of a fun thing to do today. But it was on my to-do list. I wanted to get this thing running this summer and get everything done so that if all of a sudden somebody wants to come ride with me, I have a bike that we can do it. So anyway, on that note, that brings the weekly edition to a close. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching if you are, and we'll see you on the weekend edition. Take care out there.